The Parrot Who Wouldn't Talk. You are no beauty, can't talk, can't sing, can't dance. With these words, Aunt Ruby would taunt the unfortunate parakeet who glared morosely at everyone from his ornamental cage at one end of the long veranda of Granny's bungalow in North India. In those distant days, almost everyone, Indian or European, kept a pet parrot or parakeet or lovebird, as some of the smaller ones were called. Sometimes these birds became great talkers, or rather mimics, and would learn to recite entire mantras or admonitions to the children of the house, such as Padho beta padho, or for the benefits of the boys like me, don't be greedy, don't be greedy. These expressions were, of course, picked up by the parrot over a period of time. After many repetitions of whichever member of the household had taken on the task of teaching the bird to talk. But our parrot refused to talk. He had been bought by Aunt Ruby from a bird catcher who would visit all the house on our road selling caged birds ranging from colorful budgerias or chirpy little munians and even common sparrows that had been dabbed with paint and passed off as some exotic species. Neither Granny nor Grandfather were keen on keeping caged birds as pets, but Aunt Ruby threatened to throw a tantrum if she did not get her way, and Aunt Ruby's tantrums were dreadful to behold. Anyway, she insisted on keeping the parrot and teaching him to talk, but the parrot took an instant dislike to my aunt and resisted all her blandishment. Kiss, kiss, Aunt Ruby would coo, putting her face close to the barge of the cage. But the parrot would back away, his beady little eyes getting even smaller with anger at the prospect of being kissed by Aunt Ruby. And on one occasion he lunged forward without warning and knocked my aunt's spectacles off her nose. After that, Aunt Ruby gave up her endearments and became quite hostile towards the poor bird, making faces at him and calling out, "Can't talk, can't sing, can't dance," and other nasty comments. It fell upon me, then 10 years old, to feed the parrot, and he seemed quite happy to receive green chilies and ripe tomatoes from my hands, these delicacies being supplemented by slices of mango, for it was then the mango season. It also gave me an opportunity to consume a couple of mangoes while feeding the parrot. One afternoon, while everyone was indoors enjoying a siesta, I gave the parrot his lunch and then deliberately left the cage door open. Seconds later, the bird was winging his way to the freedom of the mango orchard. At the same time, Grandfather came to the veranda and remarked, "I see, your aunt's parrot has escaped." "The door was quite loose," I said with a shrug. "Well, I don't suppose we'll see it again." Aunt Ruby was very upset at first and threatened to buy another bird. We put her off by promising to buy her a bowl of goldfish. "But goldfish don't talk," she protested. "Well, neither did your bird," said Grandfather. "So we'll get you a gramophone. You can listen to Clara Cluck all day. They say she sings like a nightingale." I thought we would never see the parrot again, but he probably missed his green chilies because a few days later I found the bird sitting on the veranda railing, looking expectantly at me with his head cocked to one side. Unselfishly, I gave the parrot half of my mango. While the bird was enjoying the mango, Aunt Ruby emerged from her room and, with a cry of surprise, called out, "Look, my parrot is come back. He must have missed me." With a loud squawk, the parrot flew out of her reach and, perching on the nearest rose bush, glared at Aunt Ruby and shrieked at her in my aunt's familiar tones, "You are no beauty, can't talk, can't sing, can't dance." Aunt Ruby went ruby red and dashed indoors. But that wasn't the end of the affair. The parrot became a frequent visitor to the garden veranda, and whenever he saw Aunt Ruby, he would call out, "You are no beauty, you are no beauty, can't sing, can't dance." The parrot had learned to talk after all.